Hi everybody, it's Jeanne and I am back from the thrift store with some of my things that I picked up out of the bins just to use in journals, and some things just because I needed them. I did not own a magnet, so I don't know how useful that is, but this is a very brand new magnet. It's actually quite heavy, and apparently it has a very good stick to it. So I'm happy with having that. South, north, I don't understand magnets, and I don't know when I would need a magnet, but I know I didn't have one, and everybody should. So I also picked this up. I thought, well, I could surely use that. Look at all those cute little, and it's like one of those, I mean, there's a ton of these. So anyway, that's definitely going in my Halloween journal whenever I get it started. And I know that once my my daughter's leaving tomorrow morning, I think I will do my postcards first and get caught up with that, and then start my Halloween journal, because I am way late starting it. I was going to start it in August and be one of the first ones. No, didn't happen. I saw this laying in there, and I thought, well, I need that. That's very cute. And I absolutely love handmade paper. So this is just really, really nice. I love that. I found this card. That is a great card. So, and I don't hardly ever pick up cards anymore just because I'm swamped with cards. But when I find one like this, I definitely I'm going to get it. It's a Hallmark. It's a Hallmark. I wonder how much it originally was. So anyway, I'm happy with the Hallmark card. I found some cute little rub-ons here, little mittens and a Santa for my Christmas book. This is a rub-on also, so I'll get that in before the hummingbirds go away. Isn't this sweet? And I like how it's flat on the bottom. I can glue this into the back of a journal, and that helps to hold the things that you want to keep but haven't got a chance to put in yet. So as long as it doesn't have the big thick corners and it's flat on the bottom like that, it works great in a journal, and they glue in nicely. It's always surprising to me how nice they do glue in. Let's see, I dropped something already, and it's more rub-ons, and as you know, not my favorite thing. It looks like they really had trouble rubbing these on, because that paper is dented and and embossed and turning white in places. So these must be difficult to rub on. Here's another one of the little bird pictures. And if I can't rub them on, maybe I can glue them on. Here's some more. And this one says, "Butterfly kisses, butterflies flutter by." So that's very cute. I love that. That doesn't look like it would be hard to rub on. I don't know if that, oh, that's why, because that's, ooh, I already just tore part of it off. Well, that's weird. Oh, I better quit doing that. Okay. So I picked those up. I was very happy to pick up a pack of vintage cards, and of course, you know, these aren't the real prices. They go by the pound. So these vintage cards, I would have done better at a yard sale. These weigh 6 ounces, so I paid 60 cents for all these cards. And I just love them. I just really love them. Look at that. Isn't that just adorable? But they're all very vintage, even down to this wedding card that's still in the package. And it was 25 cents. So you know that's an oldie. So I won't show you all the cards because I'll probably be using them. And even sending some out. So I was very happy with the vintage cards. Almost all of them are get well, but I will probably use them, for example, like this as a pocket. I will use that as a pocket and cut off the congratulations. I'm thinking. Anyway, these are cute. I love the little flames. I thought I surely can do something with these stickers. They're really guy stickers, but I'm sure I can do something with them. This was so cute, and I love the colors, and it's just old, it's just an old strip of ribbon. This I think is adorable, and it's all hooked onto here, and I thought that that'd be very cute as a page, because they do lay flat, I think, or as something on the outside. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. You know what? I pick up stuff because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I just like it. I liked how it felt. I liked how it looked. And who knows? I may hang it up as a mobile. So this, I was very excited to find this. This is genuine Tapa cloth covering. And it apparently at one time was $3.25 from someplace in Hawaii. And it's got a pocket in the back already built in. And that will make a very cute little journal. And then of course I found this little journal already made up. And it had some cute pictures in it, like witchy, an old-fashioned picture. Most of it has pictures of people that they knew. And but here's one of Houdini. So I'll keep the sayings, the travel far, far away, but I will do cover up the pictures, because they're not pictures of me and mine. They are, that's really neat, that color, mysterious. Anyway, I love that, and it's already made up, and it's sewn in. So hey, that's great. These are vintage labels, and you're definitely vintage because they are the sticker kind. I mean sticky. You have to lick them. You have to wet them to glue them in. So I love that. And it said that there's 60 in the box. So it looks like they're pretty much almost all there. But I love how they're yellowed and aged, and they're ready to use. I saw this laying in the bins, acted out. It's part of a card game, but I thought that was very cute and make a nice little tag. I thought these were cute and cute to tuck into a journal. I've always loved Viewmaster reels. I've always loved to look at them when I was a kid. Now I can't because my eyes don't work together in a Viewmaster. So, so I can't look at them anymore, but I love the reels. And these were just loose, nothing, I couldn't find any more reels, but I was very happy to find the 3. And I'm going to make them into tags somehow, or just tuck them into pockets, just for something fun. Again, I don't pick up many cards. I did pick up this one. In fact, I even tore off the back of the card just because I'm trying to keep the weight down. And any little bit, I don't, the paper can add up and it can get heavy. But these are cute because these little stockings are built up. This is actual cloth, and I love the glitter. I love the glitter. So that will go into a Christmas journal. Sandpaper, all kinds of sandpaper. Very happy with that. 36 pieces, and I always need some sandpaper just to keep it all 3 art desks that I have. The one in the living room, the one that's art room, and the back bedroom is a whole total art room. And then my patio has long tables where I can do things. So so yeah, I need sandpaper at every area that I have. And if I ever decide to do any pastel work, my sister always does her pastel works on the very fine sandpaper, and it looks like there's some here. So I have that. Here's another little evidence bag, which I thought might be cute in the Halloween journal, depending on the journal that I choose, because this is pretty big, but it can be opened up and doubled. It can be sewn right through there and not zipped and just be a pocket. So that could be fun if I did it that way. All these things, I mean, I look at this stuff and I think I could maybe use that. So that's very cute, and doesn't look like it's been used inside. So I like that, but I love this. Open at your own risk. That is what really intrigued me. Paper bags. I think I have 3. I didn't get all they had because I don't like to have too many of one kind of a thing. But I knew I would use these. I love the scalloped edges. I love the flowers. I mean, these are, that's 6 sides. That's plenty for me. I left some for someone else. I found this is the only little fabric I found, and I thought, well, there, it's going into my Halloween journal. You'll see me use that because I'm going to do that mostly on camera, I'm hoping. So there's that. We'll see what we do with that. Oh, good. I thought this didn't make it here. I thought, I can't believe I lost that cute little piece of, I lost this, but I didn't. It's here. It made it. It must have been covered up with that. But anyway, it was just laying there just by itself, and I thought, I can use that. And this is fuzzy on one side and flat on the other. So, and then it's got threads to sew it on. So, isn't that cute? I know that'll be great. And that is going to go in my autumn journal. This little tag was just laying there. I picked that up. Picked up this sticker sheet, and it has, I think I can use all these stickers, except I probably won't use a soccer ball or a skateboard. Maybe not the toolbox. But pretty much all the other stickers I will use. And then this sticker sheet was fun. It had all kinds of fun things. My first thought is I noticed the pumpkins, and I thought, oh great, that would be perfect. There's several, but I like the teapot and And the this is what I want to put in my journal, my planner journal to mark birthdays with. I put other ones in there and they were too thick. They were the built up ones and they had a rhinestone. And this is what I need. I have to keep it as flat as possible because I thought I was going to have to quit using it in 6 months. I've used it now for 9 months, and I'm going to try and wing it through all the way to the end of the year by only using very flat things. So I've got birthday. Bennett's birthday was yesterday. Diane's birthday's coming up tomorrow. She will be 50. And my son has a birthday in 5 days. And his wife has a birthday coming up. There's all, I love those for birthday stickers. And look, fairies. So cute. And owls, snails, just really cute. I thought, oh, I love that little sticker page. Then I picked this up. Yep, she's female. I think it's a game card. And this is a box lid. I picked up a box lid. But you know what? I will put things in it and enjoy it. And I love the inside of it. I looked for the rest of the box. I could not find it. I didn't see the rest of the box in any of the bins. But I went ahead and I kept my little box lid because I just love it. And I will just use it to hold things. And the nice thing is when it's a lid like that, it can actually stick out on the shelf and make the shelf, extend the shelf out. Because I have some shelves that are about as deep as that. And I think it'll fit. So anyway, they had a bunch of napkins. I just can't buy all the napkins that they have. So I took one of each except this one, because it had all these cute things, but only on page 1. Page 2, 3, and 4 is just one little dinky thing. But they only had 2 of those, and I took both of them. They only had 1 of these. I might have had more of those. Now that I'm home, I'm thinking I should have had another one of those because I like that. This one's just okay. I'll use it for a Thanksgiving thing, and this one is great, and I'm going to put this in my fall journal that I need to cover a page with, and so there's 4 of those, and I think that's enough. I don't swap, but I would like to send stuff to people who don't have anything, but it does seem like everybody has so many napkins. But I'm always finding napkins in there. I didn't even get the Cupid one. There was a white one with just a big red Cupid on it. And there was a whole package of them, and I just thought, well, I'm not going to get that. I will see plenty of Valentine things before that. Now I get to put all this stuff away, because everything has a place these days, because I have been organizing. Believe it or not, even things like this, I have little drawers where I keep things that I'm just going to tuck into a journal. So anyway, I will put that aside. Oh, I didn't show you this. Exceptional resume paper. Oh, and I was going to see how much this weighed. Okay, well, I paid over $1 for this. Paid about $1.50, I guess, for this beautiful resume paper. I think somebody did one resume and then donated it, because all the papers seem to be here, and it's beautiful. And this is nice to print on. Much nicer than just plain old computer paper when you're printing. And I just bought some color. I just bought new ink, so I'm anxious to use that. And then, oh, here, I don't want to lose this. I don't want to lose these. Let me keep everything together. And I got Tinkerbell stickers. And I like these I like words. So, perfect little flirt, true happiness, small is the new big. I know I can use those on cards and everything, and I love fairies anyway. So the Tinkerbell stickers, I definitely took those. I was very happy to find those. And Tinkerbell happens to be the daughter that's visiting with me. That's her favorite Disney character. My other daughter's favorite Disney character, the one who's 50, is Alice in Wonderland, which I have always loved Tinkerbell and Alice, so I thought must be in the genes. So those are some of the little smalls that I got. I picked up 4 canvases. And let's see what these run. This cost 25 cents. And this one, this size, cost 50 cents. So, so I'm going to cut those up, and I'm going to do a mixed media on it. This will be my first layer. Look at that delicious purple and green. This will be my first layer. And this one even has some nice colors for the background too. I didn't bring the other 2 in. The other 2 are both bigger. One was actually a wall hanging canvas that you bought at a store, and it was like $14, but I'm still going to cut it up because it had a little stain on it, which is probably why they donated it. And the other one is twice this size. So I thought, well, I won't bring those over to the table. I will just tell you about them. So I have 2 more, and I really did enjoy doing the canvas work. Now, as far as books go, I got a grandmother's book, and I'm going to fill this out for my grandchildren. It has nice pictures in it, and I thought maybe I might use the pictures and not use the book. I've got a couple more grandparent books to fill out, and I thought, well, I'll fill out one for each family that has children. And because I actually only have 2 granddaughters. My grandsons probably won't care. Maybe they will. I'll have to see. They're really quite extensive to fill out. There's going to be some writing and some thought, talking about my husband, things that were favorites, stories about me. I don't remember all those things. So it will help me to gather my thoughts anyway. And maybe this winter, when it's so cold outside and I have to be in, Birds and Blooms. I picked that one up just because this has the nicer paper. For some reason, I picked up some Birds and Blooms that have like scuzzy paper. I don't know. I'm not real happy with the paper in it always. So this has some beautiful, beautiful birds in it. I love the bluebirds. Let's see, what else have we got? Oh, the little advertisement was very cute. Look at those blooms. But this I might just sit back until next spring or next February when it's cold and I'm wishing for spring. Look, the birds feeding each other there. These 2 birds dancing, a mating dance. What else is in here? Some very cute things. Miniature plants. I hope I've got you I should move this. Let me move that. So you don't have to see all that. I think I should be over here. But anyway, There's really actually more pictures of the birds in here, but I'm not seeing them right now. That's kind of an interesting bird. That's a new one to me. Oh, and look at those around the little bird bath. I wasn't going to buy any more magazines. Couldn't resist my Birds and Blooms. What else did I get? Festival decorations. This had some great pictures in here for holidays. And look at the border there. I love I'll cut that up for a border. But look, for my Asian book, that's what sold me on this book. And some more here, and that little banner. I just can't wait to cut up this book. So cute. I loved these. These are definitely going in. These for Easter eggs next spring. Lots of fun things in that book. Lots of fun things. I was really pleased with that. Oh, now this I have to wash. This does come off. That Friends Old and New. And this is a Dick, Jane, and Sally book. So I got that, but they're only in here at the very beginning. There's Sally and Puff and Dick and Jane, I think that's Jane. In the green there. And there they are here. There's Sally. I just love little Sally. And there's Spot. But this is a newer book, and they go into more characters, and Dick and Jane and Sally are phased out towards the middle of the book. Then there's other stories, and then there's fairy stories at the end. And I'm not sure, this might go on eBay if it's selling well. But I was telling my daughter, she said, oh, look, here's a reader. And I said, oh, yeah. I said, I'm not picking up readers. They haven't been selling. I've got several. And they haven't been selling. And I don't know that anybody really uses the readers in the in journals. If you use readers in journals, let me know. I can certainly help you out with readers. But anyway, I was surprised when I opened it up that was Dick, Jane, and Sally, because I didn't recognize them from the cover. But I do love the little outfits, because that's just how it was back then. I mean, I didn't really play in dresses, but we had to wear dresses to school, and so when we got together with our friends after school, we all had little dresses on, and that's very, very typical and very true. I can remember wearing skirts with suspenders. Love that. So that was the book I got. I picked up this one, Secret in the Old Attic, because I thought, well, maybe I'll use this in page after I read it. And this was a copy from the 40s. There's only one illustration in the whole book, but I remember when I read these, they seemed really old-fashioned the way they talked. They have been updated so much over the years that I definitely want to read this and see. Isn't that funny? I wonder why they don't have more illustrations, since they have one. But this one's dated 49, I believe, 44. This was published during the war, Secret of the Old Attic, and I do remember these. I can use both sides of the end paper. But the interesting thing was, this book was passed around, and different children left comments. this comment was made in 1978, but I was reading through the different, I guess it says 78, Carolyn M. 78. And then she passed it around to her friends who also read it. 7B. That's a classroom, probably 7B, because here's 7A. Here's 7A. Okay. It looks like a teacher wrote that comment. So this must have been in a classroom bookshelf. But I like this. It says it was very interesting and spooky, and Jeanne. And that's almost identical to my signature when I was in little. And I thought, I wonder if this was in my classroom back in the day, back in the 50s, 60s. So let's see. I've got 2 more things to show you. This one I picked up. This is the A to Z must-have accessories collection from Vogue. And when I saw that, I thought, oh, I need to have that. I need to have this book. I just did a quick flip through. This is Vogue Accessory Italy. So autumn, winter, 10 and 11. So I think this is, because everything's in English and Italian. But there are some absolutely fabulous illustrations in here, or images in here, that I can put in journals. And I may just want to keep the original pages. But every page, it's just so interesting. So I did pay a lot for this book. I'll bet it's £2. Definitely 2 or 3. I bet I paid $1.50 for it. But you know what? All of these, I'm going to use the heck out of this book. I just know I am. Look at that. Just so cute. Look at that purse. Just those weird faces. Just those weird faces. I definitely wasn't going to leave that behind. This is why I have to stay out of this store. This, a manual on housewifery. It's an actual class that women took. This was written in, the first edition was in 1910, and this edition was 1924. It has to have been updated because did they have electricity in 1910? I don't think so. But you've got, an electric washer and some other things here, but they have tons of illustrations. They're talking about the work surface there only being the right height for one worker, but in homes that have multiple people helping, that is not a good idea. Here's the right size sink for your servants. And apparently, there's just a lot of great illustrations in here. And I kept flipping through and just looking and reading about how they did things. And here's an electric dishwashing machine. Now, maybe I can zero in on that. But it's interesting because my grandmother told me she had one of the very first ones. She said, I've always had an electric dishwasher. And that was back in the 50s when nobody had dishwashers much. She had one at her house, and I used to think it spun around like a washing machine, and I thought, I just can't believe those dishes never break. They never break. I had no idea how it worked, but it shows here how they loaded it, and I'll bet my grandmother had that very dishwasher. Because this issue was 1924, so that probably would have been the latest and the greatest. Just a little story for you guys. My grandmother and her dishwasher. But they talk about how to make beds, cleaning and care of rooms, household pests, and they have a lot of illustrations about pests, which I'm not going to use. I don't like pest illustrations much. I might, if I cut this book up. It's just, to me, very interesting to read. There's a refrigerator, one of the first refrigerators, and I do remember how thick doors used to be like that. Because my grandmother, I asked her once why she had such an old-fashioned refrigerator, and she said because it still worked. She said they were made to last in that day. And hers was similar to this. Similar to this one, not so much like this one. Because it was tall. It was taller like that. She lived in Oakland. Oh, there was something in... Oh, I wanted to show you this page. This page, this is all their laundry stuff that they had to have. A sleeve board, a clothespin bag, an ironing board, a washboard, a boiler, and a wringer. And then they had to have iron holders, measuring cups, a funnel, glue, and chemicals, starch, wax, and salt. Now, I don't know why they had wax. Fluting irons, and then regular irons. And that's how you put together a proper ironing cupboard. There's a bed with springs. These are all about household furnishings and linens and different things. Some of the illustrations aren't particularly interesting, but there's enough in here that I thought was just fabulous. 3 different tools for sweeping. 3. A broom, a sweeper, and a vacuum cleaner. How about that? And then they talk about this. One worker saves her back and the other is saving money. So I'm not sure. I need to look into that. Here's all the different brushes and brooms and things that they had. And just the different equipment and labor saving devices. Anyway, I was excited about that. I'm sorry I'm running on and on and on. Okay, but you know, you guys can fast forward and that sort of thing. In fact, I know a lot of you do, because my time isn't always really good. But I'm hoping that that you stayed with me through at least showing of the books, because I think all the little things that I find are so much fun and they're so interesting. So anyway, so that's my little haul for you, and I will let you go. Bye-bye.